John Dami make the beat and I'm gon' kill it.
So it hurts, it hurts, it hurts. My soul, it hurts. Still on the grind, I put in work. So much pain, I put in words. Introduce it to my soul, that's how I love. My soul, it hurts. Still on the grind, I put in work. So much pain, I put in words. Introduce it to my soul, that's how I love. I tell you like it is, that's how I love. Keep the bullshit at the bottom, cause I'm right above it all. They wanna see me fall and stand tall, and I just wanna see my niggas ball. I came a long way, long walk to this distance. Too persistent, consistent, don't fear rejection. How could you tell me that you love me and you wanna see me doing better? Then you just switch up like the weather, yeah. I grind and I run it up. I tell my niggas just count it up. Wherever I go, they loving us. My niggas never switched up. On me, my niggas will ride for me. Down to die for me, my niggas will lie for me, yeah. Introduce it to my soul. You never think I'm cold. Ain't in my words, you can feel it in your soul. Tell me if I'm lying, mama's getting old. You can listen to my soul, the yeah, cry for my soul. My soul, it hurts. Still on the grind, I put in work. So much pain, I put in words. Introduce it to my soul, that's how I love. My soul, it hurts. Still on the grind, I put in work. So much pain, I put in words. Introduce it to my soul, that's how I love. My soul, it hurts. Every day I put in work. I've been through so much pain and everything changed. Before I was standing in the sun, I was standing in the rain. My homie left his daughter for the streets. Niggas chasing bitches, shit is weird. Some niggas owe me money, I can never pay me back. And now I'm up, they don't see me looking back. My soul, it hurts. My own niggas that did me dirt. It could have been worse. The man in the mirror is who I trust. These are my thoughts, I put in words. Who can I trust, who can I love? I swear I feel so numb. If you ever cross me, you will roll. My soul, it hurts. Still on the grind, I put in work. So much pain, I put in words. Introduce it to my soul, that's how I love. My soul, it hurts. Still on the grind, I put in work. So much pain, I put in words. Introduce it to my soul, that's how I love.
Drunk dummy, dummy, dummy.
John Dami make the beat and I'm gon' kill it.
My soul, it hurts. It hurts. It hurts. My soul, it hurts. Still on the grind, I put in work. So much pain, I put in words. Introduce it to my soul, that's how I love. My soul, it hurts. Still on the grind, I put in work. So much pain, I put in words. Introduce it to my soul, that's how I love. I tell you like it is, that's how I love. Keep the bullshit at the bottom, cause I'm right above it all. They wanna see me fall and stand tall, and I just wanna see my niggas ball. I came a long way, long walk to this distance. Too persistent, consistent, don't fear rejection. How could you tell me that you love me and you wanna see me doing better? Then you just switch up like the weather, yeah. I grind and I run it up. I tell my niggas just count it up. Wherever I go, they loving us. My niggas never switched up. On me, my niggas will ride.
Once again, we want to say welcome to another episode of the Roundtable series. And tonight, we're going to switch it up a little bit. I have a special guest with us here tonight, young Brooklyn rapper by the name of Izzy Cash. How do I say it? I said it right?
Yeah.
Izzy Cash. I was thinking like easy cash, like you get money. Yeah?
Yeah, but you pronounce it a little different.
A little different. All right. So, young Brooklyn rapper by the name of Izzy Cash. He's gonna definitely vibe with us for about an hour tonight. Talk to us about the rap game. He's gonna give us some insights about what's happening in his life. And as you know, we're always unedited, uncensored, and always live. So don't forget, hit us up on YouTube, subscribe to the channel. It's Good Music, Good Times. Follow us on Facebook, also Good Music, Good Times. And you can follow us on Instagram at GMGT_LLC. So, Izzy, welcome to the Round Table.
Thank you.
Appreciate having you here. I know time is very valuable, and we appreciate the fact that you took some time out to come sit here with us. So, what we like to say here is that we're having a conversation. It's not going to be an interview. It's not going to be question after question. We're just going to talk. We're going to vibe, and hopefully we're going to learn some things about who you are and what you do, and we're going to take it from there. So, firstly, tell the people out there where they can listen to your music, where they can buy your music, how they can follow you on Instagram, so everybody know where it's at.
Well, my music is found on almost every major platform. For example, we have Apple Music, Spotify, Tidal, Pandora, Amazon Music. Also, like almost every major platform you could think of. Really, like I've tried to get my music distributed on almost every platform.
So it's almost everywhere.
Yeah.
Spotify.
And it's also on SoundCloud. Even if like you can't even afford those platforms, you go on the internet, go to SoundCloud, and get it for free.
All right, nice. Now, how long have you been rapping?
A while now.
A while. All right. And how has rapping been to you?
Has it been?
Yeah.
I mean, pretty good. Like, I can't really say I could just step away and say, oh, I don't want to rap.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't say I'm a rapper, really. I'm like more for artists. Because if you listen to my music, I don't just rap. I like sing rap. Because sometimes I sing, sometimes I rap. Sometimes I do both. It's like a little blend.
I listened to a few of the songs. The song that we were introed into, what's the name of that one?
My Soul.
So I actually like that one a lot.
Yeah, that one, I recorded that one over at Blastoff Recording Studios.
Okay.
Yeah, that's studio was based with, what studio? It was Atlantic, I believe.
Atlantic.
Yeah, it was really my first time really like trying to like really get into that zone of really like vibing in like those kind of studios and getting like introduced in that kind of setting. So when I really got there, like my brother told me, he was like, hey, look, like I don't want you to just go in there and just like make like a regular song. I just want you to just do something a little different.
Right.
So that's what I really try to do with that record when I try to make it really like that record is really deep to me. So I don't know how everyone else may feel about it, but that one is really deep.
I actually felt the emotion from that record. So was there anything particular going on in your life around that time that kind of brought that side of you up?
No, what I would say is like I try to take up like almost everything that I really been through or really went through and sum that all up into just one thing and just really dump it into that moment, really. Like almost everything that I really like, I could really think about, just dump it into that. And that's what I really basically did.
So what inspired you to rap? Like what was it that say, hey man, I'm gonna try this rapping thing, I like it?
Well, like since I was younger, I used to just listen to music on the radio. Like, I don't know how I used to do it, but I used to memorize the songs. I never used to write them down. I used to always memorize it. And thinking when I first moved over here from Grenada, I was in what grade was it? I think it was 7th grade here. When I was in the 7th grade here, my English teacher, she asked to write I think it was a haiku, I believe. Mm-hmm. And the way I wrote it, it actually rhymed. And everyone liked it. So ever since that point, I just started just piecing little rhymes together. And that's like since I was in middle school over here. Right. And I was like about 12 years old, 11, 12 years old, started piecing pieces together. And when I got into high school, sophomore year, when I was 16, that's when I really like recorded like my first song. But apart from really like recording my first song on a microphone, then like I used to just mess around on the little recording radios, the cassette tapes and stuff. I used to always mess around with those.
I remember those. You press the record button, I had a little mic that captured the audio.
Yeah, I used to always just mess around in the house, and that's it.
Okay. So the first song you put on a recording. What was that feeling like? Like, yeah, you know, this is my first song.
No, like listening to myself at first was actually weird. I'm like, oh, this is what I sound like.
Can I let you on a little secret?
What?
I can barely stand to listen to myself. Like we do some live recordings outside of the interview series, and like after the show, sometimes I want to go back and critique, but I have to just move past listening to myself. It's definitely weird just sitting and listening to yourself just talking. So I definitely understand where you're coming from. So I seen you did some work with JRE, and
Yeah.
we're from.
Oh, that's my brother, man. Like,
Yeah.
like we actually grew up together.
Okay.
Like we got history together. Like deep down when we used to just run around in the bushes. We used to be in Liver together, like going around in the sea, like
Yeah.
playing strongman and rock
Yeah.
with my brother. He knows. We used to be all like, we used to be back home having a lot of fun. Like we go pretty like really far back.
So JRE has helped with a lot of your productions.
Yeah, like he mixed like majority of my music. Like most of my songs that I recorded was in his studio.
Okay.
Like I would just go in the studio, you would just vibe out, talk, chill, and sometimes we would just put on a beat and just vibe out. If you don't put on a beat, then we end up having a little conversation. That conversation gonna turn to half an hour, 2 hours, yelling, shouting. Then it's, hey, put on the beat.
And it's like that.
Yeah, that's how it is.
What's a typical songwriting process for you? How do you go about like writing? Do you just feel the beat and then put it on wax, or is there like a writing process where you say, hey, let me sit down, put pen to paper? Is it varied?
Well, to me, like it's very weird because my brother would tell me when I'm in the house, hey,
Yeah.
put on a beat and write a verse. And I'll be like, yo, bro, listen, I'm not in the mood for that right now. And he was the one that basically pushed me to basically try to do more of what I should be doing. But I'm trying to show him like, hey, bro, listen, I don't work that way. You get what I'm saying? Like everyone works differently. Everyone
everybody has a
have
different process.
everyone has their own formula and process of doing something that works for them. So if you find a formula that works for you, why go against it?
I agree.
So like my writing process, when you say, do I sit down and write? What I usually do is like, I would go into the studio. Go into the studio, I would just start listening to beats. Whichever one I like, start vibing out to the beat. Then I may just like start freestyling to the beat in my head. I usually do that in my head. I don't just start saying words. So like if I mess up, like someone look at me like, what the hell is he saying? So I usually do it in my head first. So what I would do is like I would like the same way like I don't know how can I really put it together, but what I would do, I would like repeat certain bars in my head in a certain pattern to create a hook. And I would just keep repeating that in my head. And what I would do after I memorize the first 2 bars, like I would write another 2 bars in my head again the same way I memorize it and place that 2 under the first 2 that I already did. So that's 4 bars right there, and that's half of the hook.
So let me ask you a question. For the people who don't understand what a bar is, what is a bar? Because
A bar is basically a section on the beat.
Right.
So and that's that portion of the beat like it's like a few seconds really.
Right.
So every word, like for example, if I could like I wouldn't say every word, like every sentence really is basically a bar.
Right.
And every sentence like depends on the artist. Like for example, you have Twister. Twister may have like 20 words in one bar because he raps fast.
Right.
Some people may have like 5 bars, like so not 5 bars, but 5 words in one bar.
Right.
But it all depends on how you really like say it and how you really like put it together.
Right. So, what inspired you to choose rapping versus, because you're from Grenada?
Yeah.
Most Grenadians would probably try to be a dancehall artist, maybe, you know, soca, which is the traditional route. What about hip hop that drew you to that? Like, hey, you know what? This is the better feel, or this is the feel that I want to be in, versus like the other genres that's more accessible and probably would be an easier path to success.
Well, To me, like I like a challenge to myself,
Yeah.
and this is not easy. Like everyone can say, "Hey, I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna rap." It's not that easy, bro. Everyone could be like, "Hey, I'm gonna go in the
know it's not
studio.
that easy.
I could go in the studio and make a song."
Yeah.
After you go in the studio and make a song, you're just gonna put the song in SoundCloud,
Right.
and that's it. Like, what else after that, bro? Like, there is way more to it than that.
So talk to me about that. What's the process?
Like the process, like I would say, like for example, to me, like what I would do is, I make music my life.
Right.
Everything about me is my music. If I have a 9 to 5, my 9 to 5 is to subsidize my.
Your music.
Yeah, I don't do anything apart from that. Like when I'm at home, relaxing in my own zone, is because I'm really like plotting and planning what else I have to do. You feel me? Like, so like for example, my studio process. Whenever I go in the studio, like I was saying earlier, I would put in a beat, vibe out to the beat, and most artists would try to do like let's say like 2-3 songs within like 2 hours or so. But I try to discipline myself. It's all discipline too. So I try to discipline myself. I always dedicate 4 hours to recording one song.
4 hours.
Yeah, to recording one song.
Why did you come up with that number 4 as versus 2 or 3?
Because before I started really really getting into like perfecting my craft as an artist, really, I used to be audio engineering. Most people don't know that.
Oh.
I have over 10,000 hours on the boards recording and mixing music. Wow. And I even record my own self sometimes too. So it's like I went from that, and after working with so many artists and seeing what they try to do in the studio, they rush their music. A lot of their songs are rushed. A lot of the songs you hear on the radio, to me, is like it's not well put together. If that person had really like put time and effort into getting that song perfected,
Right.
probably made way more, could have like came from that song. But they don't really see it that way. They see that, okay, it sounds good, everyone else like it. But hey, you know that you could tweak it a little different, and you never know what comes of it.
So explain the business side of hip hop for me. You as an artist that's trying to break out, explain what it takes to get a song. Okay, you have the idea, you conceptualize the idea. Now take me from, all right, I know the words, to I gotta go to the studio, now the song is finished, where do I put it, how do I promote it, how do I get it on radio, how does that work, social media?
Well, before all of that even comes about, first you need to have publishing. Most
Right.
people don't even know about publishing. Like, you could release a bunch of songs on YouTube, SoundCloud, wherever, but do you have publishing, bro?
So how publishing works?
Publishing saying that you basically own right to publish this, and you can collect royalties for your music being aired
Right.
wherever.
Okay.
So you basically collect your royalties for your music being played wherever it is being played. Like, there is let's see. I was just looking at it in my email earlier too. But there's different like platforms that help you collect your royalties.
BMI.
Yeah, ASCAP as well.
Sound Exchange.
Yeah, Sound Exchange, and Sound Exchange is the one I was talking about. But I recently got invited to United Masters, and I actually finished my account and stuff like earlier. So that's pretty good. So I wanted to see what they're really about and try to see what their platform is really about too. So I'm gonna give that one a try. There's also iHip-Hop Distribution. There is Mondo Tunes. There is so many different platforms you can use to release your music. But most people don't realize that you need to own your publishing. Without owning your publishing, you're not being paid for your work. Like for example, some people will like release a song on YouTube. Their song have like 10,000 views, 100,000 views. But who's collecting the money for it? Your song is being played how many times, but where's the money going? Like, they don't see that. So like, if you have an ASCAP now, you register for your publishing, and you register your song and you copyright all your music as well. Because a lot of people don't even copyright their music. They will release it, but they don't understand after really paying for studio time, you also have to go pay to copyright your music. You gotta go pay for a PR. You gotta pay for blogs. There's a bunch of stuff that you gotta pay for. It's not just, okay, I'm gonna just do this and everything else is gonna come with it. No, it don't work like that. And you also have to network.
Right. So let's say you speaking to your younger self 10 years, you now speaking to your 10 years earlier self, younger self, what would you tell yourself? Like,
I wish I had more money. That's it, because like if I had like, if I was like at the position that I'm in right now back then, I wouldn't be probably been sitting out here talking to you.
Right. It
Like-
would have been bigger,
I wouldn't say bigger, but I would say my life would have been totally different.
totally different. What would you have done differently?
What would I have done? I mean, my life is the way it is because the universe wants it to be this way. There's nothing I could do to change that, man.
Understood. But let's say, for our argument's sake, you have a time machine. Drop back the year is 2009. What would you do different in terms of your music career?
My music career? Nothing really, because everything that I really learned back then, I really
Made you
experienced. Yeah, like without really having those moments, I wouldn't know all the things that I know right now. I would have been probably like running around like a chicken with no head.
So tell me some of the gigs that you have done that you've really like enjoyed, like places you have performed, or some of the stages you have been on. Talk to me about that.
Well, most people don't know I'm also a registered coast to coast artist.
Coast to Coast.
Yeah.
Coast to Coast is whose label?
It's not really a label. It's a platform for independent artists to use to like get shows. They could meet like they could have like direct to executives meetings with those.
Right.
There's like opportunities for them to do like little like contest series and all that stuff. Like in August I was supposed to go to Miami for a show, but I never did.
Why not?
Why not?
Yeah.
I don't know. I was just me and my brother. Like we were just like, hey, is it worth it? Should we do it? Because like after like it's a whole story that happened with that, because like I won a coast to coast event in April. Like I did the show and I won the show and I got a whole package deal with them to go with all of these perks. They say do this, do that, and I did it. And after really seeing everything that really went on, it's like, bro, like even my brother told me, it's like, is this shit even worth your time? Like, to me, it's like, because everyone in the music industry, like, they try to make money off of something.
Right. That's true.
They use whatever platform they have to make money off of you. Everyone be in my DMs, the first thing they ask for is money. Like, bro, you hitting me up, bro. I ain't hit you up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm thinking, like, you hit me up, you want to get some work done, whatever, but I'm like, okay, you hitting me up, and then I'm saying, okay, let's do this, and it's like, okay, well, this is what I charge for this. I'm like, bro, first of all, like, you cannot even afford what I could give you, because after I check all your statistics and your numbers, it's like, what the fuck are you really offering me? But you're asking me for this much.
Right.
And most people don't really understand that. Like, when it comes to doing features and stuff, I'm very particular with who I do features with.
Okay. Who are some of the people you've done features with before?
Well, JR is one of them.
Right.
I did features with Loaded Lux.
I saw the videos. I actually watched a couple of your videos.
I did. And I'm also responsible for I don't know the time you were saying you're gonna get this work.
No, I'm not too sure.
All right, well, if everyone knew about that Summer Madness battle with him, like, it was pretty big. But after that battle, like, the mixtape that he did, I'm responsible for recording almost every song on that
On
mixtape.
the production side?
Yeah, I'm responsible for engineering the mixtape.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I was in the studio with him, recording it, getting the bars right, everything with him, placing everything right. And Shaq actually hosted it for him. Shaquille O'Neal, yeah. He hosted it for him, and I actually did some work, and I'm like, okay, cool.
So you're actually doing work, just some of it might be unknown because of...
Yeah, I don't really talk about it.
Why
Even
not?
Nia Lee, like Nia Lee from Love and Hip Hop.
Yeah.
That's my homegirl, bro. Like, and
so why not talk about it?
like the beginning of her career, like all the music that she was doing, I'm responsible for getting all of those together.
Why not speak about it?
I mean, it's there, bro. I'm worried about what I'm doing. What am I supposed to be out here talking about what someone else is doing with their life and what I do for them? Like, that's not me, bro.
So what do you think will take you from where you at right now to where you want to be? Where do you want to be, as a matter of fact? What
would take me there?
Peak Easy Cash. Easy Cash at his 100% game. Where is that? What is that looking like?
Bro, all I need is an opportunity. That's all I'm waiting for. I've been sitting down with labels and all of this stuff already.
How does a label conversation go?
Bro, it always goes good.
Yeah.
But the thing is, though, they're not telling me anything that I don't already know, and I'm already
Right.
like, what can they do for me that I'm not really doing for myself? And
Distribution?
I'm distributing my own music already.
would they be able to
But
have
listen
like
though,
a bigger platform?
pause for a second though. Pause for a second. They do have a bigger platform. Well, here's the difference. It's like the label, like what they want me to do is they basically want me to release more material.
Right.
They want me to flood material. But I'm like, why would you want me to really do that as yet? Like, but I'm really trying to get everything situated a certain way, so it's like I don't really have to waste my product.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? It's like I know the music game is like a drug. You get what I'm saying? The more you get, it's like
The
it's
more
what you want. But
Yep.
what kind of drug you want? Like you want the blue magic? You want the regular stuff that just wear out in like 2 minutes? You want something that lasts you like 5 years? Like what do you want? You want something with substance.
So you want to be legendary.
Exactly.
Okay, got it. So a typical label meeting, what is a label calling you? How is that conversation going? Hey, Izzy Cash, we want you to come in because we think we can do some work together. How?
No, they wouldn't really say they want you to come in and do some work together. Right. They would call you like, hey, how you doing, whatever. Hey, this is who I am, whatever. Like they would tell you who they are. They be like, yo, go check me out here, whatever. They was like, oh, well, look, I have this opportunity where I'm free this day, whatever. I'll be at this office, whatever. You could come meet me here or whatever, and we just go discuss whatever it is you have to discuss.
Mm-hmm. So a lot of the questions I'm asking right now is because I'm uneducated about that part. And I think our general audience right now would probably not know a lot about that aspect of the music business because of the audience who we reach out to. We want to be able to be diverse here, so I thought it was important to bring somebody of your stature who's been in the game for a while, who's had some measured success, and who's been there and knows what you're talking about. So, is it what the question I want to ask is like, as a rapper, is it worth it to be full-time, or you want to say, hey, should I see the success first before I put it in full-time? Because you said you work to subsidize your rapping career. Would it change if you decide to go full-time? You know what? I'm not going to work. I'm just going to grind. Would that make a difference?
No, because like, for example, most people don't understand, like, once you're independent, you're independent, basically.
Right.
Like, the money is not going to come out of the tree where it's like, okay, you're just going to get it and you're going to pay for whatever it is you got to pay for.
Right.
It's not going to happen that way, bro.
What's the average cost of producing a song, like studio time?
Studio time, like, there's different studios most people could go to.
Mm-hmm.
Like a decent studio, like I would say, like, you could get a decent studio for $50 an hour.
$50 an hour.
Yeah, like there's studios around in the neighborhood for $30 an hour. But with media studios that I go to, they're like, I usually pay a minimum like $75 an hour.
Okay.
Because I want quality. I don't want quantity. Like there's something that I want. So if I know that this studio have this environment that I could be comfortable in, this setting is pretty good, and I could be there, I could just really chill, vibe out, and really be myself and make music, then I would do it.
Some of the best producers you've worked with?
Oh, my boy Franchise Beats.
Franchise?
Yeah,
Franchise is pretty popular, right?
Yeah, I think he is.
Yeah,
like,
I think I've heard Franchise on some...
Franchise Productions, like that's his tag. But like he did a lot of songs for me as well. There's Relly Made, Drum Dummy. They produced for NBA YoungBoy as well. A lot of big other artists as well. But I'm really like consistent with the artists and producers that I work with.
Okay, so you don't like to really switch it up a lot.
Yeah, because like I want a sound, and most producers don't have a sound that you really want.
Right.
Like they may have a sound that someone else may like, but they don't necessarily may have a sound that I want.
So what's on your playlist right now? Who you listening to? What music do you vibe off besides yourself, obviously?
Vibe off with Nipsey Hussle.
Nipsey.
NBA YoungBoy.
So, I've never heard an NBA YoungBoy song.
You never have?
I've seen him show up in my timeline recently.
No, listen, NBA YoungBoy have some records that I believe that you will like. All you have to do is like go through the ones that you don't like. If you don't like it, just skip it. But there's gonna be something there that you're gonna like because he got that like a little hood R&B kind of vibe.
So I've seen him. The reason why he showed up in my timeline, it was something with some girl that he was with, that some girl drama that some female he used to deal with is dealing with some other guy, and she said something. That's what came across my timeline. That's the only how I knew NBA YoungBoy existed. So what is it about hip hop and drama you think that creates that? Is it authentic, or is it like created so that people can drum up like publicity?
I mean, you don't know what it is. Like, sometimes, like, you have to look at celebrities like they're regular people too, because I've been around. I know so many people, and like, they just want to be regular sometimes.
Yeah.
So it's like
that.
they have regular problems, like the same way you have regular problems,
Yeah.
bro. Because they're known to be on a platform where it's like everyone, the whole world is looking at it and they're gonna look at it, oh, is this real? Is this fake? But people have real issues, bro. Like even Chris Brown, like everything that he been through, bro. Like everyone has real issues. It's just how you overcome it.
And for rappers, let's say some of the issues that we've seen is what should I say, the extra proliferation of violent lyrics. Is that something that you think it's part of, hey, I gotta sing what sells? Because let's look at what's his name? Colorful hair guy that just got
6ix9ine?
6ix9ine. He was singing a lot of drama, but when it came down to it, he wasn't about that life. So
No, but you have to look at it this way. Like most artists, they don't really see it. Like it's like what you're selling. It's a product. Like you have a brand.
yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like everything is a brand within itself. So if you have a brand, like the brand basically is your image,
Yeah.
your music,
Right.
and everything else that comes with it, your visuals, everything. That's your brand. So if you have that image and you don't have the music, it just looks weird. It's like, does that go together? Like, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Just a
Yeah.
little twist there. So it's like, you also have to look at it that way.
So what's your brand?
My brand?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just a regular dude, regular calm dude. I like chilling. I like video games. I like reading sometimes.
What games you
Smoking.
playing right now? Video games.
2K. I like 2K.
2K, NBA.
2K and PUBG. I like PUBG.
Don't know what that is. What is
Oh,
PUBG?
it's a players unknown battleground. It's a little like Fortnite,
All right.
but it's like in a little like a Call of Duty format where it's. But there's a big thing with that too. They actually had a lawsuit against Fortnite and actually won because Fortnite, Fortnite actually like copied their like their whole like platform or whatever and created Fortnite off of it. The same setting.
And they won.
Yeah, because they
Nice.
created it, but
Yeah.
Fortnite took it from them.
Okay.
It's just that Fortnite made it kid friendly. That's the difference.
What's your player of choice? PlayStation or Xbox?
PlayStation, man.
PlayStation?
I like P4. I'm waiting for the PlayStation 5 to come out next year
Yo,
too.
man, I'm still stuck on Super Nintendo. I don't think I've ever gotten past Super Nintendo.
Yeah, those are. I mean, you can
Give me
never
some
forget
Mario
those,
Kart.
man.
I could play Mario Kart all day, bro. I could play Mario Kart all day. I haven't gotten past it. I'm actually thinking about getting what's that new Nintendo? The Switch? I'm thinking about getting a Switch for Christmas.
I was just playing that the other day too.
What's good on the Switch?
Super Smash Bros. I was playing that.
So Super Smash Bros. Good.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna look into that. So you said you friendly, play games, smoke. What's your drug of choice?
Drug? I don't do drugs, man. I just smoke weed.
Just weed.
Yeah, I don't do no drugs, bro.
Okay. So laid back.
Yeah, but I had a funny story too.
Yeah.
I don't
I'm
know.
here for it, man.
No, I don't know if my brother knew about it too, but I was talking to Tanner. He was supposed to come over here the other day.
Yeah.
But when I went to extracting my wisdom tooth, and my face was all messed up and stuff, the doctor gave me oxys.
Yeah.
Right?
Oxycontin.
Yeah. So Tanner came in one day and was like, "Yo, Izzy, bro, yo, you ever took perk?" I'm like, "Nah, bro." I'm like, "Yo, don't." I'm like, "Yo, I had an opioid before though." Like, I'm like, I went to extract my wisdom tooth, and the doctor prescribed oxys to me. So the whole time I knew what it was, but like I knew like it would have really had like a crazy effect on me. So
Yeah.
like I believe it was something like take it like every 6 hours or something like that. That's what's written on the bottle, right?
What ended up happening?
All right, so I couldn't smoke no weed at the time because my mouth was all messed up and stuff. So what I did, I noticed like whenever I took the pill and I was laying in the bed, I would feel like I'm floating. I feel like I have a nice little buzz. And it can't, like, I'm not sure, like, I caught myself really, like, I took the pill like I was taking it as prescribed, like once like every this many hours or so. So it came to the point where it's like after the bottle was done, I felt like I was having migraines. So like I want to go take a painkiller now. That was me. I'm like, I was really like starting getting the little migraines and stuff, and I'll be like, I would go to the corner store, try to get like a Motrin and stuff to take for the headache or whatever. And then I'm like, wait, what is this? And then like I would be like sleeping at night. I'm sweating like crazy. Then I'm like, wait. I'm like, nah, something is pretty off right now.
So it was the oxy that was doing that, withdrawals? Yeah,
that's what it was.
Wow.
I was having crazy withdrawals without really like noticing it. Like I would feel like I'm having headaches without really having headaches, all of that stuff.
Wow. That is crazy. Any projects you have going on right now? Like what's in store for Izzy Cash, for the public? What is coming down the pipeline that you want to know? You want us to know about?
There's a lot I haven't worked right now. Yeah. There's a whole lot of stuff that I really trying to get going, but it ain't gonna happen overnight.
Okay.
Like,
what's in the 6-month pipeline? What can we expect for like summertime?
A whole lot of music.
Yeah.
A whole lot of music, and I would say features too. Depends on how it happens. You see a whole lot of music and features. But this feature's gonna be different though. It ain't gonna be no regular features where it's like
talk to me about it.
Like there's it's like I'm not gonna really put everything out there and just really say this is what no, bro.
So we're gonna have to wait.
Yeah, like
suspense. Keeping the public.
When the time is right, everyone is gonna really know what's going on.
Okay.
I'm not gonna just blur everything out and you really like come together the way I really wanted to. So I'm not gonna really put that on myself and put that out there. So
who's somebody you would like to work with that you haven't worked with before?
That I haven't worked with. Wiz Khalifa is one of them. He's like one on top of the list.
Where's Wiz? I haven't seen any new material out in a minute from Wiz.
You ain't paying attention to Wiz, man.
Yeah.
Wiz has a big fan base.
Yeah, no.
Like the fan base, like he has music that he drops.
Yeah.
But the music that he drops, like you may not like really hear it or gravitate to it, but there's other people that do.
I know he has a big fan base. He changed his lifestyle around. I know he's on that healthy stuff. He started like working out.
Yeah, he started doing the little MMA kickboxing stuff.
Yeah. So
I was talking to one of his artists the other day too. Let me see. Do I have his Instagram? Let me see. What's his name? Let me see that phone. Let me get his Instagram.
Yeah, that's fine.
That was one of his artists too. He created that little wall dance.
Yeah.
The little wall dance.
Yeah.
He created that dance. Let's see. What's his name?
So in the meantime, who's besides Wiz? Who else?
Snoop is on the list.
Snoop.
Yeah, A Boogie. I want to work with A Boogie.
I like A Boogie. I like A Boogie.
See who else?
Any Brooklyn rappers besides A Boogie is from Brooklyn, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Any other Brooklyn rappers?
Oh, 5 and I got to do some records too, man.
Who?
5
I haven't heard of that one.
Oh, Big Drip. Hey, she wanna. And him and the squad over there, Ronnie Gods too. Yeah, we gotta do some records too, man.
I'm letting my age show by not knowing these young rappers, man. I'm embarrassed.
So how you get there, bro?
So how do you think we get, like, from the Caribbean perspective, we tend to gravitate to hip hop and soca, not hip hop and soca, but dancehall and soca. How do we get like artists who has the Caribbean upbringing and is doing hip hop? How do we get that to that community to grow? Like, how do we get people to respect you guys? Like, hey, these guys, because I think the general sense is that once somebody's like, and I'm gonna use
what I really notice is, like, not to cut you off, is that like someone else don't really like someone unless they see someone else around them liking it.
I agree.
That's what.
Somebody has to like it first.
Yeah, and it's like most like in the Caribbean community is like mostly like the soca parties, the reggae parties.
Right.
Those are the kind of stuff that they really like that goes on. Like whenever they're in the house, you just even on the weekends, you have soca playing, you have reggae playing. Like it's y'all. Like if y'all hear hip hop, yo, turn that trash off. Like I heard that before. So
I've heard it a lot more lately too.
See.
So how do we get the broader community to say, hey, forget the genre of music this guy's doing. He's somebody from around us. The content he's doing is actually good. Because we will listen to an American rapper because we believe like that's what Americans do. But why wouldn't we listen to the Caribbean rapper who is probably just as talented, but we tend not to take us seriously? So how do we get that mentality to change? Because
what I started doing too is like start collaborating with the other artists. Okay. Like for example, Muddy. I did a record with Muddy.
Oh, didn't know
like
that.
Boise and I grew up together. We were mad close. Like I already told Boise, I'm like, yo, look, we got a record to do. Even Killer, like Killer's my boy too. Yeah. Like I've been in the studio with a whole lot of time with Killer. I'm like, yo, Killer, you know, you gotta do a record. He's like, yo, Izzy, when you get one of those that I like, we gonna get something.
So are you gonna convince them to do a hip hop record, or are you gonna do a soca record?
What did it like? It would basically be like a little crossover where we both could be comfortable on the record.
Okay. We
don't want to like send either or for a lane or any direction. We just gonna make a nice little mix where we both could gravitate to it.
So you know what I once heard?
What was that?
You cannot get growth without getting uncomfortable. So maybe a soca from Izzy might get people to open their eyes and say, well, hey, you know what? I like the way this guy, you know, sang on the rhythm. Let me go listen to his other material.
You know what's crazy? Poppy Boy tried to get me to do that. He tried to get me to rap on a soca song.
Yeah.
But like, I can't remember what really happened, but it never really got done. But he talked me into doing it, and I was about to do it too, but I can't really remember what happened at the time.
Let's do a soca for 2020.
Oh, look. Oh, Young Deji is his name. That's Wiz Khalifa artist. He's the one that created the Wall Dance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And you want to work with this guy?
Oh, I ain't say I want to work with him. I'm just saying though, like we were talking about probably like hopefully getting some stuff done too.
Okay. What's the hip hop community like in terms of like, let's say the guys who have made it, the guys who are lying in wait, like, you know what, this guy has talent and he just needs the right situation to break out. Do artists that are established look down on the artists that are lying in wait, or is it all love where you say, hey, I know you're coming up, let me put you on the feature so people can hear what you got? Well,
the game is a little weird though, because it's like, for example, a big artist, like if they meet like an artist that's up and coming, they may like depends on who the person is, it depends on who they are as a person, whatever. Like they may try to look down on that person, right? But you look down on that person now, let's fast forward 3 years later. That person's career is almost as big as yours. He's making way more money than you, faster than you are making money. Then it's like, you looking at him for help now, like, oh, bro, let's do a song. But back then, you was looking down on him. You get what I'm saying? It's a lot of situations like that.
Yeah. Any examples that you know of?
That I know of?
Yeah. Like somebody who was like struggling, like, man, I know I got this, I just need to write, and then they just blew right up past like somebody who was probably up there and they're just being a snob about it, like, yeah, I made it. Who the hell are you?
Almost every major artist you really talk to have a situation where they've really been through it or something like that already.
Okay.
There is no artist that's up and coming that haven't really been through that scenario.
So who's your favorite up and coming artist in Brooklyn right now?
Up and coming?
Mm-hmm. That we probably haven't heard of anything this guy's gonna, you know?
Oh, Ronnie Gods, I like his music, man. That's my bro. Like
Ronnie, send us some of his music, because we like to go.
He's from Grenada too.
He's from Grenada.
Yeah.
Nice.
He's from Grenada too.
Nice. What was life like for you in Grenada?
It was pretty good. I had a nice childhood, man.
Yeah.
I don't know, but like over here is a little weird. Like
I had a beautiful childhood too.
Back home when I was like 3-4 years old, I'm running out the house on my own. My mother not there, my father not there. Here you can't do that.
At all. How old were you when you moved here?
12.
12. Okay.
Yeah, but I've been traveling before that though. We was coming back and forth.
Back and forth. Yeah, most people.
Then when I was
do that.
12, we decided we were just gonna stay, and I was like, yeah.
Okay. And what was that switch like for you? Was it like culture shock, or was it like, hey, I've been here so many times, I got this?
Nah, like it wasn't really. I've been here so many times. I got this. It was like I never really experienced like school here before.
Yeah.
So the transition with the school and like being how school was back home compared to here. First of all, I talk different from most of them when I first came here. So that dialect was heavy. I would be in class singing soca. They were like, "What the hell is he saying?"
She playing Monday Night Man, singing a jam one.
Nah, it was in 2003 when I moved. You know the time Talpri and Papa Cherry was beefing. Yeah, around that time, I was in school. I'm singing them songs.
I moved here in 2003 too. Yeah, 2003. Brooklyn was. I think that's.
You know what's crazy though?
Yeah.
We came here the night of the blackout in 2003.
Oh,
We landed on the same night, like the same night the blackout happened. We landed and we was in the airport for like a couple hours.
Yeah,
Sitting on the plane, bro. We wouldn't exit the plane. We was in the plane for a couple hours, sitting, sleeping, till they let us out.
Yeah, I came like 2 weeks after that, after the blackout. I remember that too. It was crazy. So what is the next 2 or 3 years hold for you? What do you think? Where do you want to take your career? What if this rapping thing doesn't work out? What would Izzy Cash turn to? I know you probably not going to stop singing, because sometimes when you have that love, like for me, this setup here, I've been doing this on and off for like 7 years or more, and I'm not going to stop doing it. I love it, you know. Somebody probably have to pay me to stop doing
it, you think I'm gonna stop doing what I'm doing in like 2 3 years?
I don't think you're gonna stop, and I'm not gonna stop. But I'm at some point gonna say, well, hey, you know what? This is not becoming what I thought it would become. But what's the switch for you? Where do you think you'll go?
Nah, there's always a way to make something work, man.
Yeah.
There's always different ways. Like I told you, like bro, I would work somewhere else to pay for what I'm doing here. Like, there's always a way to make it happen, bro.
If you weren't a rapper, what would you be?
What I be?
Yeah.
I don't know. I go to school for computer and electromechanical engineering, so I don't know. Probably doing something.
Something in that field. Okay. How crazy does it get with the groupies in the hip hop industry?
Groupies?
Yeah.
Yo, there's a lot of groupies, man. Like I know chicks that smash homeboys, all kind of stuff, but I don't really pay mind to that, man. Yeah, that ain't my business. Like whatever they do, they have going on over there, good. Like bro, that shit ain't making me no money. Like bro.
So
he was with that one, yeah, bro. Like, bro, whatever. Yeah. I'm like, oh, you want to go in the studio? Oh, you laid up with who? Oh, you know what? I'm good, bro. I'm doing what I gotta do. Okay,
so I know you mentioned your brother a lot. What kind of influence does your brother have over you, in terms of like your career, your lifestyle? Talk to me.
Well, he's like my manager now, basically.
Yeah.
Like he manages everything I'm doing. Like I would post something like, yo, don't post that, delete it.
And that's your big brother?
Yeah, my big brother.
Big brother, okay.
Yeah, same mother, same father.
Okay, nice. And you guys grew up close?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. So what would be some of the, outside of like music, I notice a lot of people in the hip hop industry is diversifying. They do brands, they do merchandise. Have you ever thought about getting into any of that?
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff I got working on right now. Like even right now, I'm working on putting a company together.
Okay, talk to me about that.
Right now, I'm just fucking getting not really, seem like really personal. Whatever. I'm sorry for that, but
go ahead, man.
But like I'm putting together the LLC and paperwork is all of that's getting filed right now. So that's
what would the company encompass? What would you guys be doing?
I would try to get almost everything done. Really, I want an LLC.
Right.
So whatever it is that I'm doing, I could just throw it with that and
throw it under the LLC.
Yeah.
So from experience, that's a good business move. You do your LLC and you could throw anything under it.
Yep.
Just get your industry code. Hey, I'm a music maker or a producer, or whatever the music code would be, and pretty much anything you do has some good tax benefits too. So that's definitely a good look. So now your brother handles the business. Who handles the concept of how do we represent Izzy Cash? Because image is a lot. I notice a lot, like everybody got like a curated Instagram where they have the photos, they're selling a story. So who in the team? And is the team just you and your brother, or is there other
Bro,
people?
like me, my brother, my cousin. Like what I would say is that too is like what I try to do. Like even America would tell you, people rarely see me. Like you don't see me. I don't be at no parties and none of that stuff. You only see me when you see me, bro. Like
Why?
why?
Yeah.
I have an image to protect. That's it.
Right.
So it's like I don't want to be a certain way, like I'm just chilling in the hood and everybody like, oh, Izzy, that's you? Like what? No, bro. Like I'm good. I'd rather be in my house cooped up where no one can see me, bro. Whatever you see is just my visuals, whatever. That's it. I don't want to be in the eyes where it's like everyone could just see me all the time. I don't want to be that kind of person where it's like, bro, what's going on? Like, so it's like if you see me, it's like I'm going to work or I'm going towards doing something that I'm supposed to be doing. Apart from that, I don't really.
So you mentioned work. What do you do, if you don't mind?
Oh, electrician.
Electrician. Okay.
And I told you I go to school for electromechanical and computer engineering.
Nice.
So it all correlates together.
So are you expensive? Like your electrical work?
Expensive?
Yeah. Like how much
Depends
do you
on
charge?
what it is.
Yeah. So what's a typical electrical job like?
Typical electrical job?
Yeah. Let's say you come in here, you install 4 lights for me.
I will charge you per light.
Per light. Okay.
Yeah.
What's that like?
What's the light? Per
Yeah.
light?
Yeah.
Depends on the environment too. Because I don't know what the ceiling is like. I don't know what the wall is like. So depends on how much work I have to do. I charge it based on that.
Okay. Could it run as high as $100 per light?
Yeah.
Okay. Nice. I think
Because if there is like a cement wall, I have to break through to run the wire. Then that's a lot of work. I got to chip through it. So, bro,
I might need to switch industries, man. Come install 4
bro,
lights.
I have homeboys, right? They would kill like outlets and stuff, right?
Yeah.
You know the USB outlets?
Yeah.
That's the thing now. Like they would
Put it in the wall, right?
Yeah, and they would like go to their little neighbors and like, yo, look, I will charge you like $25 or $50 per outlet. You know what I'm saying? To install one of those, and you just switching your outlets around in your house. You know what I'm saying?
Good business ideas. Good.
Your light went out, bro.
Yeah.
I had one of this dude tell me one time on a job, right? This lady, the lights went out in her basement, and she didn't know what was wrong with the panel, or whatever. So he went to check out the work. He saw the breaker trip.
Just switched it back on.
So he was like, he just opened the panel. He just act like he did a little something, put the panel cover back on, flip the breaker, and charge her.
Oh man. So let's talk drinks. You came in here tonight. We offered. You called one drink we didn't have on tap, and then immediately you went to the Rivers. So talk to me. What's your drink of choice? Like your top shelf. Like somebody came into you and they said you have one drink to take before you die. What would be that?
I want Rivers, man.
Oh, Rose?
Rivers.
So I have a few Grenadian friends that swear by Rivers. I'm not a rum drinker, so rum is not my thing. I like a good vodka, but I heard that when you drink Rivers, there's no like hangovers or anything like that.
Nah.
Yeah.
Nah, he's just smooth, bro. Like,
Smooth.
Yeah, After you wake up in the morning, you want to drink some more. But like, oh, I felt like that, and I'm still good. You would know, like you out in the party getting loose, and it's like you wake up the next morning, hey, oh, I'm party again tonight, bro.
Yeah, everything is good to go. So, Izzy, what is some of the music topics that you usually touch on? So talk to me about that. Like, are you, like, you know, they would see somebody, okay, this guy's a battle rapper. This guy, he's a singer rapper. This guy is the hood rapper. What do you put yourself in a particular mold, or is it
No,
some-
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't really box myself in.
Yeah.
Because I'm very diverse. I could do so much different things, but I could do like, let's say the battle rapping, the singing, the rap, like even the regular rapping. Depends on how it is. I could blend all of that into one.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? But the way I do it, for example, the bars that I'm saying depends on how I put the metaphors together. It can sound like a battle rap, but the way I'm saying it, I'm sing rapping it. So it's like.
Have you ever done battle rap?
I wrote some verses where it sounded like a battle rap, but
Yeah.
I don't do that, man.
Why not?
because I already watched so many people do it. Like I worked with people that do it too, so it's like being in that environment. I mean, I know how to do it, but being around them, what I learned is like it helped me get my words together really, and learn how to really say certain words a certain way and really put my phrases together a certain way. That's what I learned from being around them.
So outside of hip hop, what other genres do you listen to?
I listen to almost every genre, bro. Almost every genre you can think of, I listen to. Yes, I listen to soca.
Dancehall.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Favorite dancehall artist
EDM.
right now? EDM.
Pop.
Yeah.
Rock. House, like techno. I listen to almost.
Who are you listening to in rock right now?
Rock.
Yeah.
30 Seconds to Mars.
Okay.
I don't know if you know them. They're really good.
I don't know.
My Chemical Romance is really good too.
Chemical Romance.
Linkin Park too. Their last album, it was pretty dope, but Chester Bennington, the RP to him, but yeah.
So Linkin Park, I haven't listened to in a while, so I'm not even.
Then you missing out, bro. You probably know some songs you probably heard on the radio before
probably
too.
heard on the radio. I don't even know that's Linkin Park. Soca music. Who you digging right now?
Digging? Almost every one of them. They're all my boys, man. Like I listen to their music, I vibe out to it. I'll critique them on it and be like, yo, bro, I think this was dope. I'm like, yo, I think you should do this. I think you should do that, bro. They're like, I don't really like say like I listen to this one because I grew up with Boise really. Yeah. But I don't really say oh Boise, listen, I don't listen to your music. Nah, I listen to everyone else. Like everyone else, I listen to.
Dancehall music. Who's your favorite artist right now?
Well, I was really heavy on Alkaline. I was really heavy on Alkaline. And then like there was a point in time where I wasn't really hearing much material from him, so like I would go to listen to Popcorn.
Yeah. So Cartel is my favorite artist. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean like of course, but I'm talking about now, though. I'm talking about now, like. But if you want to speak in general, I'll go to Cartel, man. Yeah. Anytime.
Okay. What can we expect? I want to know like when is new music gonna drop from you and who should we?
Well, I have a video that's gonna come out anytime soon, though.
All right.
I'm just waiting for the copyright works to come back in and drop the video.
And then you want to drop the video.
I'm gonna drop the visual. Emotions. That's featuring my little bro Tanner.
Tanner. Okay.
Tanner, yeah.
Okay. Nice. Man, we've been here for about an hour. I want to say thank you for coming through.
You're welcome, bro.
Do you have anybody that you want to shout out? Give any shout outs, thanks, requests, anybody you want to shout out right now?
I would say thank you for having me here, bro. Like, I really appreciate it though. Like,
no problem.
And Micah, thank you for really hitting me up. Like, yo, Ezzy, you want to do this? I'm like, all right, whatever, I'll do it, whatever.
We're gonna definitely try to get some of your music into the rotation. The only thing that I ask is if you can get some clean edits. Some clean edits, and we'll definitely get it into the rotation because here we want to be diverse.
Yeah, I have I don't know if you have it. Wake Me Up is on. Yeah, it should be out on all the platforms, but Wake Me Up, I think is the version that I have out is clean.
It's clean. Okay.
Yeah.
So get us the music. We'll definitely
I think
play it.
Hold up. There was a couple of songs that I did that's like clean as well too. Yeah. But I have to go through the archive.
All right, go through the archive, get it to us. We're definitely gonna play it. And anytime you have something new to drop, this should be a destination because we do that too.
Bro, just hit me in the DMs or something, man. Just pick it up.
We'll get it.
As long as you pick it up, I'm like, I will hit you like, yo. Just if you see it, just take it. Like, I don't discriminate, bro. Like, I'm not that kind of person, bro. Like, even my music, like, I have it on platforms where you can pay for it, and I have it on platforms where you can get it for free. The option is just on you, bro. Like, you do what you want to do. I don't discriminate.
Yeah, that's good. That's good, man. It's been a pleasure. Thank you for coming through, guys. There we have it. Another episode of the Roundtable just wrapped. Don't forget you can follow us YouTube, subscribe, Good Music Good Times. Facebook, also Good Music Good Times. On Instagram, it's GMGT_LLC. Follow, subscribe, like, whatever it is you gotta do. Stay tuned. We definitely got a lot in store for you guys. Izzy, you want to give them your social media before you leave?
Yeah, you can find me. Just Google me, Izzy Cash, IZZYCASH. Find me on Instagram at I am Izzy Cash. But if you go to Google, and you search my name, almost everything will pop up. They will give you a whole little box with everything that I do. They'll give you the videos, the songs, the overview of my bio, everything. So, that's another thing. Like a lot of artists don't really have together. Yeah. Like they don't really have an EPK. They can really be like, oh, this is my electronic press kit, bro. Like check it out, bro. But if you really go to Google, like Google will tell you who I am, musical artist.
Yeah.
He's such and such. He's from here. He's from. Everything is already there, bro. Just all I need is just an opportunity, and I'll be somewhere else. So.
But when you blow up, because I definitely think your music is good.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that, bro.
We'll expect you back here to give us that first interview, like.
Yeah, I'll come through, man. I'll come through. Nah, not like that, man. No. Well, however it happens, it's gonna happen, though. I will definitely come back through.
All right, man. Thanks. I appreciate it. Love every time. All right, guys. Peace out. Wrong table. We out.
My soul, it hurts. Still on the grind, I put in work. So much pain, I put in words. Introduce it to my soul, that's how I love. My soul, it hurts. Still on the grind, I put in work. So much pain, I put in words. Introduce it to my soul, that's how I love. I tell you like it is, that's how I love. Keep the bullshit at the bottom, cause I'm